Disagreements at Durban on issues of carbon credits and other related issues and so on. And I believe that while all the countries are still sorting that out, but the only significant thing I would say that we took out of that conference was the fact that we were able to exchange ideas with a lot of other countries that came. There are countries that are ahead of certain areas and so on. Particularly the adaptation and mitigation methods, in combating the effect of climate change. We took a lot of lessons from that by exchanging ideas with countries from Latin America, Europe, and Asia. So because almost all of us had one of similar problems or in various ways or so. So we took a lot of lessons. They learned from us, and we also took a lot of good things from them, so that, which we started applying. So particularly in terms of recycling, waste conversion, new methodologies of doing things and so on. I think we took that. And that is the essence of the conference anyway, because you gain human knowledge.
Give us a clear picture of the impact that climate change has had on Lagos, of course, which is the business nerve of Nigeria. We know that the recent floodings caused a lot of damage. What is Lagos State doing to solve this issue?
We're very consistent in terms of, in the last few years or so, we've been very consistent in terms of, flood control measures we put in place. Instead of, we try to anticipate the problems and then to deal with them. If you must notice, since late last year, we started following the July 10 rain of last year, and we saw a lot of effects and so on. Despite the fact that we did a lot of work, we anticipated the problem, we alerted the public early last year in saying that, look, we are going to record a lot of rain last year, and it came. And it came, but our drainage channels were able to deal effectively. In areas where they were mostly affected were areas where people had gone to constrict the channels and so on, and that had a lot of adverse effects on that. But we are built on that. Beginning from last year, we started clearing all the drainage channels, and so we started alerting the public that the same thing was going to happen this year. And this year, we even told the public specifically that the number of days of rain that we're going to record, about 236 to 238 days of rain, we recorded, and these are the likely problems that we're going to infect. And the rain has started already, and we are prepared. And as people of Lagos can also attest, we have cleaned a lot of channels. We have, we have deflooded, we have desilted, we've done several things. I've also done advocacy, and we have continued to do that in terms of telling people, don't build on channels, don't do this and so on. And then we also have other plans, particularly in new areas where we're developing. We have a master plan which we are enforcing religiously. But it's also very important that you enforce the master plan of Lagos and so on. And even in new areas where we're even designing new drainage channels, particularly in Lekki and so on, we've continued to pursue them vigorously. And we've done a lot of work in that. In fact, by the end of the year, we'll have finished all the 11 projects that we are doing along the Lekki axis, which is one of the most vulnerable parts of Lagos because it's along the coastal line.
One of the major topics today is the impact of climate change on commerce and industry in Lagos. What are some of the resolutions you reached in terms of the ease of doing business?
Well, you must realize this is the fourth summit we are doing because the Fashola administration started this process in 2009, and we've been very, very committed to it, and so we've pursued religiously. It's a conference that brings in a lot of people, a lot of experts from across the world, as you assume yourself must have witnessed, from Asia, from Europe, from America. They come and exchange ideas and so on. And I'm very happy that the governor has consistently pursued, has been very committed to this. Now, why we are focusing on commerce, agriculture, and health this year is because we are also anticipating, we are planning ahead. So climate change has multivarious effects, negative or otherwise. And we have seen the impact in terms of coastal erosion, drainage, and so on. We know that this also will have effects on commerce and industry. For instance, if the storm that happened about a few months ago and so on certainly affected some businesses and so on. So we must also, and that is a lesson for us, that we must also anticipate the likely problems that we're going to have in terms of, because you can have factories that could be destroyed, industries could be destroyed, and then you have a lot of jobs that will be wiped out. So we anticipate what are the likely problems that we're going to have, and then preempt and then see what we can do. And that is why we are focusing on commerce, not only on commerce and industry, as well as agriculture and health this year. So it's to anticipate the likely problems of unemployment, factory closure, industrial meltdown, and so on. And that is why we are discussing on industries.
You also discussed the impact of climate change on the power sector in Lagos. How do those two intertwine?
And the reason is, power, without power, you can't have industrial progress. And that's why we have to tie power. And that has been a major problem in Nigeria, problem of power and so on. Without power, you can't produce anything. And so you can't even do anything. Anyway, so that's why we're tying it. We're talking about renewable energy. And so don't forget, the Fashola government has set up a new ministry of energy and mineral resources. And that ministry is already doing a lot in terms of looking for alternative source of power for Lagos, so that we can power industries, we can power infrastructure, power a lot of things and so on. And so that is why we have to tie power to the issue of industry.